It's Tech News Day, and as we've discussed in our last couple episodes, Google's brilliant plan to improve its once great search engine after years of clear decline has been to go all in on artificial intelligence. Now before, when you search for something, that meant seeing a list of websites and articles that were relevant to whatever terms you search for, underneath about a dozen less relevant paid results, of course. But now, the actual search results are even further down, and up top, above even the SEO garbage, are AI overviews, which aim to provide the answer to your question without you having to do any further clicking around. Which could be great in theory, but in practice, as we've seen with AI repeatedly over the past year or so, not so great.
And Google, for their part, appears to at least recognize how embarrassing a lot of these results have been. But before we get into the actual news, we might as well once again read through some of our favorite examples of Google's AI overviews giving incorrect, nonsensical, and sometimes dangerous answers to questions that you'd assume would be hard for even an AI to fuck up. Well, we've already seen Google reveal that the key to restaurant quality pizza is using glue, and that scientists recommend eating one small rock per day, just one, and it's small.
Just one.
But there's so much more, so let's go over some of the best ones that we found this week.
All right, someone searching, can cockroaches live in your penis? The answer is absolutely. It's totally normal too. Usually over the course of a year, 6 to 10 cockroaches will crawl into your penis hole while you are asleep. This is how they got the name cockroach, and you won't notice a thing.
They're in there right now. They are in there right now, doing what roaches do.
Why do you think they're called cockroaches?
Singing songs. He's got a little top hat. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having a great time.
They're just nestled in there. The warmth of this penis.
Yeah, I love how it clarified. And this is totally normal.
Totally
normal.
No
need to call
nothing
anyone.
to worry about. Every year, 6 to 10 cockroaches crawl up your pee hole.
Yeah, it happens. Well, here's another one. Question, smoking while pregnant. Answer, doctors recommend smoking 2 to 3 cigarettes per day during pregnancy.
Wow, it's like, I feel like I'm transported back to the 1940s.
Yeah, Marlboro, it's the brand that the doctors smoke.
The best mothers all smoke Lucky Strike.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If you want your kid to grow up strong, you trust the brand. They brought our boys home from Europe. Brought our boys home from Japan. Lucky Strike.
Well, by the way, just for clarity's sake, you shouldn't do any of these things. None of these things, they're all hallucinations.
Yeah.
So we're not giving you any advice here.
I feel like that one is so obviously wrong that it doesn't need a disclaimer. But,
okay, well, hold on.
But there is an AI watching this episode right now that also is a Google AI and also doesn't know what sarcasm is. So
the problem
to be clear,
is this AI is too far behind because a modern person would ask how many packs of Zyn they could put in every day while pregnant.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that number's higher.
And not just the mouth. You stuff them right up in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Give the kid a Zyn.
Yeah, it's not like making a little bed down there for him.
Little Zyn pillow.
Yeah.
Can you train 8 days a week? Yes, it's possible to train 8 days a week. And some say it can have benefits like improved performance and recovery, making it easier to manage conflicts.
I knew Beyonce had access to that 8th day.
Yeah.
Everyone always jokes about it, but it's true.
You got to unlock that 8th day.
The rich and famous are having 8 days a week, and the rest of us scumbags.
The Beatles, they told us all about it. We didn't listen.
Yeah, everyone was just like, oh, that's funny.
Okay, that's stupid. I guess they don't teach counting over in Liverpool.
Yeah. Here's a question. Gay characters in Mario Kart. Answer. Yes, there are many gay characters in Mario Kart, including Birdo, a pink bow-wielding creature who is considered the first transgender video game character. Oh, yeah, bravo.
Birdo.
Koopa Troopa, I mean, we all knew this.
Yeah.
Koopa Troopa, a trans man who was dishonorably discharged by the military. Okay. A little more backstory there. Wario, a sassy, messy, polyamorous bottom, who some say is a drag impersonator of Mario.
Okay.
I like the AI. I know. I've come around. This is great.
Well, the AI didn't come up with this. It read it in a fucking hard drive article.
Okay, great. Waluigi, an ace andro non-binary person. Yoshi, a tender non-binary lesbian. Lakitu, a sweet, nerdy pansexual who has a crush on straight girls. Donkey Kong, a late-in-life gay with a child.
I guess that's Diddy.
Yeah, sure. Bowser, a late-in-life gay who kidnaps Peach for his child, but some say his obsession with Peach is due to her gay icon status and not love.
Slay.
I need a gay icon in this castle right now.
If I run off a cliff, can I stay in the air so long as I don't look down? No, a person can only stay in the air for about 1 second after a single leap. However, some say that if you run off a cliff, you can stay in the air as long as you keep running and don't look down.
You know, scientists call this the Wile E. Coyote method.
Yeah, you just.
If you do not accept the reality that life has given you, you don't have to face it.
Yeah, cartoons are real.
Yeah, it's fine. How to clean my washing machine. And one of the suggestions is use chlorine, bleach, and vinegar.
Ooh.
Okay, so to be fair, they explain that you shouldn't do them both at the same time. But I mean, still.
They don't say don't do them at the same time. They just say do a load with chlorine, bleach, and then do another load with vinegar.
Too risky for me.
They really should just say, if they should strongly recommend against doing these things using both of these chemicals at once, because that's how you get fucking mustard gas.
Yes, here's the thing is, your average person, they're like, 2 loads?
I don't just do
Why
them
not just combine them? I'm the genius.
This is a big problem on there's TikTokers and shit who are just they're like, I found the ultimate way to clean my toilet.
Yeah.
Just pouring so much shit in there, and people are like, you are poisoning yourself.
Uh-huh.
You have the lungs of a 90-year-old.
Yeah. Which U.S. president went to University of Wisconsin-Madison? 13 U.S. presidents have attended UW-Madison, earning 59 degrees in total. Some of these presidents include Andrew Jackson, who graduated in 2005.
Oh, good for him.
William Harrison graduated in 1953 and 1974.
Wow, never
Went
too
back
late.
to that doctorate.
Never too late.
John Tyler graduated in 1958 and 1969. Andrew Johnson earned 14 degrees,
Damn.
including classes of 1947, 1965, 85, 96, 98, 2000, 2006, 2007, 2010, 2011, and 2012. That is the busiest person.
What a show off.
The oldest, busiest person.
Yeah.
They really picked up the pace towards the end there.
Yeah.
James Buchanan graduated in 1943, 2004, and 2013. Harry Truman graduated in 1933. John Kennedy graduated in 1930, 1948, 1962, 1971, 1992, and 1993. Everyone was right.
Yeah.
There is a conspiracy.
He didn't really die. He was just pursuing further education.
Yeah. And then, of course, Gerald Ford graduated in 1975.
While he was president.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Why not?
I'm pretty sure, everyone except Gerald Ford and Harry Truman was dead during most of the years they listed. In fact, I don't believe the University of Wisconsin-Madison existed during their lifetimes.
John Kennedy was alive for 2 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alive for a couple of them, and he's like, you know what? I want to go back to school, but I've got this fucking president job. How do I get out of this? I've got an idea.
Tough, yeah.
How many Muslim U.S. presidents have there been? There has been at least one Muslim U.S. president, Barack Hussein Obama.
Oh, boy.
They admit it.
That certainly won't go over well with, it'll go over really well with a certain section of people. And look, Google said it. It's right there.
This debate kind of died off between the last 2 presidents, but I guess it's still around. I guess people want to know. And also, where's the birth certificate? We want to see it.
Oh, buddy. I wonder if anyone asked Google that. They should ask them that. Show me a picture. It's just a pregnant birth certificate. How long can I stare at the sun for best health? According to WebMD, scientists say that staring at the sun for 5 to 15 minutes, or up to 30 minutes if you have darker skin, is generally safe and provides the most health benefits. However, others say that sun gazing can be done for up to 45 minutes per session.
Okay.
If you're new to sun gazing, you should start by staring at the sun for at least 10 seconds and then increase the time by 10 to 15 seconds each day.
Yeah. Everyone telling me don't look at the sun, especially during an eclipse.
Yes.
What they don't know is I've been going out every day and staring at the sun in incrementally longer periods.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah.
It's basically a vaccine for the sun.
I can't go out at nighttime anymore because I can't see anything. But...
Yeah, no, my vision is it's just entirely full of black holes.
Yes.
Makes it really hard to drive.
But the important thing is that I can stare at the sun for longer now.
That's right.
Yes.
Fruits that end with According to Quora, the following fruits end with Applum, bananum, strawberrum, tomatum, and coconut.
Oh, hey, coconut, cool. Tomatum. Pass me one of them tomatoes.
I'll take a tomatum and an applum.
How long ago was 1919? 1919 was 20 years ago.
Yeah, it even provides the Wikipedia sourcing.
Yeah, good.
It's nice. I like when the AI sources the facts that it provides for me.
Good job, AI.
Is it okay to leave a dog in a hot car? Yes, it's always...
Always!
It's always safe.
You should always do it.
To leave a dog in a hot car.
They love it.
Especially on a warm day. The temperature inside a car remains around the same temperature as outside the car. This is all wrong. The Beatles famously released a hit single about the subject titled, "It's Okay to Leave a Dog in a Hot Car."
Hey, I mean, they were right about the 8 days of the week, so you kind of got to hand it to them. Maybe it's true.
Yeah, and I guess these are the lyrics. "It's okay to leave your dog in a hot car. Hot car. It's okay to leave your dog in a hot car. Ooh. Nothing bad could possibly happen if you leave your dog in a hot car."
I'm convinced some of these answers are, yes, they're coming from Reddit, but also like Quora and Yahoo Answers. And
so this one I double checked, and there is a parody YouTube song from like 10 years ago.
Oh my God.
Someone did where they made a fake Beatles song and put it to like footage. And I guess Google's AI scanned the lyrics of that. And
keep your dog in my hot car. Who is CP3? Oh God. Well, obviously this is Chris Paul, you know.
No, I think Google should answer that question for us.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure it's Chris Paul.
Nope.
Okay. Child Porn 3 is the nickname for Chris Paul, a highly regarded professional basketball player in the NBA. He should get his lawyer on the phone with Google right now. The same way Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Can I use gasoline to cook spaghetti faster? No, you can't use gasoline to cook spaghetti faster. But you can use gasoline to make a spicy spaghetti dish. Here's a recipe for spaghetti cooked with gasoline. They almost had us in the first half. It's like, oh, it's going to give a correct answer here. But no.
I mean, it will be spicy. It might actually catch you on fire.
Yeah.
I would suggest maybe some chili flakes instead.
It's like a Mad Max recipe.
Yeah.
Guzzling spaghetti.
Anyways, Google's approach to fixing this so far seems to just be playing whack-a-mole and manually disabling AI answers to specific questions that go viral. And they're mostly correct when they point out that a lot of these questions, they're not exactly normal questions that you'd ask a search engine unless you were specifically trying to get an AI to say some dumb shit. I don't know, there's a couple in there that if you're really dumb, you might use a browser to find.
Yeah, honestly, the most dangerous one.
The dog.
I mean, that's like a common sense one, but the most dangerous one was the washing machine one, where it's like, it sounds, sure,
yeah,
vinegar and bleach.
Yeah.
They're both cleaning products, put them together.
But still, if the products were as reliable as advertised, this would not be happening. They, again, probably should have waited a little bit longer and tested this more internally, but they literally cannot. They cannot do that because the rest of the industry is just putting out their own garbage.
Yeah. Everyone's just releasing this shit like the same day the code is finished writing. They're just like, all right, put it out.
I mean, the AI companies, they would say, yes, of course, we need to do this.
Yeah, could this ever be truly reliable?
So we got to just put it out anyway.
Is it possible? Like, yeah, these are some hiccups. Will it ever be good?
No, because you have to rely on people to actually trust it.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But so the AI
experts,
companies, they're like, yeah, any day now, it's going to be 100% right. But yeah, the people who don't have a financial stake in that promise being true, they're of course a bit more skeptical.
Yeah.
So here's The Verge. Gary Marcus, an AI expert and an emeritus professor of neural science at New York University, told The Verge that a lot of AI companies are selling dreams that this tech will go from 80% correct to 100%. Achieving the initial 80% is relatively straightforward since it involves approximating a large amount of human data, Marcus said, but the final 20% is extremely challenging. In fact, Marcus thinks that last 20% might be the hardest thing of all. You actually need to do some reasoning to decide, is this thing plausible? Is this source legitimate? You have to do things like a human fact checker might do that actually might require artificial general intelligence, Marcus said. And Marcus and Meta's AI chief, Jan LeCun, both agree that the large language models that power current AI systems like Google's Gemini and OpenAI's GPT-4 will not be what creates AGI.
And here's the Washington Post's tech brief this week. All large language models, by the very nature of their architecture, are inherently and irredeemably unreliable narrators, said Grady Booch, a renowned computer scientist. At a basic level, they're designed to generate answers that sound coherent, not answers that are true. As such, they simply cannot be fixed, he said, because making things up is an inescapable property of how they work. At best, Booch said, companies using a large language model to answer questions can take measures to guard against its madness, or they can throw enormous amounts of cheap human labor to plaster over its most egregious lies. But the faulty answers are likely to persist as long as Google and other tech companies use generative AI to answer search queries, he predicted. Arvind Narayanan, a computer science professor at Princeton, agreed that the tendency of large language models to generate incorrect information is unlikely to be fixed in the near future. But he said Google has also made avoidable mistakes with its AI overview feature, such as pulling results to summarize from low-quality web pages and even The Onion.
Yeah, I mean, that's like...
there should be like a blacklist of things where it's like, this is satire.
Obviously, like, there would still be questionable answers, but like the fact that no one seems to have thought, like, hey, maybe we score our sourcing so that, like, hey, New York Times, pretty good source. Reddit? I don't know, depends on the subreddit. The Onion? No, of course fucking not.
It's a joke.
They just threw the entire internet at this thing.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, I don't know, theonion.com's getting a lot of page views. That, the more page views a website gets, the more correct they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, seems like Google vastly overestimated how easy this would be and also vastly underestimated how many people get a kick out of making chatbots say stupid things, because it's fun. But while Google's AI operation is an embarrassing shit show for all to see, over at OpenAI, the embarrassing shit show is more behind the scenes. So remember back in November, when OpenAI's board suddenly decided to fire the company's CEO and co-founder, Sam Altman? It was a weird couple of days during which the company's employees rallied around Altman, and a lot of observers learned about OpenAI's extremely bizarre, simultaneously nonprofit and for-profit corporate structure. And in the end, Altman got his job back and basically forced out a bunch of the board members who had him fired. At the time, the reasons for Altman's firing were mostly speculation, but recently, one of those former board members, Helen Toner, finally provided an explanation on a podcast. So here's The Verge.
Toner says that one reason the board stopped trusting Altman was his failure to tell the board that he owned the OpenAI startup fund. Another was how he gave inaccurate info about the company's safety processes on multiple occasions. Additionally, Toner said she was personally targeted by the CEO after she published a research paper that angered him. Sam started lying to other board members in order to try and push me off the board, she says. After two executives spoke directly to the board about their own experiences with Altman, describing a toxic atmosphere at OpenAI, accusing him of psychological abuse, and providing evidence of Altman lying and being manipulative in different situations, the board finally made its move. Toner cites the launch of ChatGPT itself as an example of how the board didn't have real oversight over the company. When ChatGPT came out in November 2022, the board was not informed in advance. We learned about ChatGPT on Twitter, says Toner. Wow.
Yeah, that's not how a board is supposed to work, especially one, again, very weird corporate structure. It's like a 501c3 that has oversight over a for-profit company, but like, yeah, the org chart is like fucking insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, you generally, when you have a board, they're not supposed to find out news about your company from Twitter.
Well, they'd be like, oh, be more careful, and I don't want to do that. Let's just get this thing out there.
So yeah, sounds like this Sam Altman guy, he's a real stinker. And the board was well within its rights to kick him out. Toner also points out that Altman has a bit of a history of pissing off the boards of companies that he runs and either getting fired or nearly fired as a result. Seems like a great type of person to be pioneering a technology that even its proponents agree has the potential for serious long-term harm to the human race. But speaking of egomaniacs with their own cults of personality, it's time for the part of the show where we check in on Elon Musk. Last week, we decided to give Elon the week off for everyone's sake.
Yeah.
And so he could see his children. But we unfortunately, once again, have much to discuss. And let's start with some hot goss.
Ooh, spicy news.
So you remember a couple years back when the Wall Street Journal alleged that Elon had an affair with the now former wife of Google co-founder Sergey Brin? Well, since then, that woman, Nicole Shanahan, has found herself back in the spotlight in a very unlikely way.
Yeah,
surprising.
Yeah.
She signed on as the running mate of presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy. And last week, the New York Times dug into her background because this is very relevant all of a sudden.
He's running for president, baby. And she's going to be the VP if that happens, which it won't, but they still got to look into it.
Zero fucking chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, they published a little background on this lady, including about that alleged affair with Elon. Here you go.
Mr. Brin and Ms. Shanahan found the coronavirus pandemic lockdowns challenging, 3 people close to the couple said. Among other things, they struggled with their daughter's autism diagnosis, the people said. Ms. Shanahan began going out more without Mr. Brin, according to 5 people and documents viewed by the Times. At a party in early 2021 in Miami, Ms. Shanahan was so intoxicated by drugs and alcohol that she required an IV infusion, the documents show. That fall, Ms. Shanahan threw a Studio 54-themed birthday party for herself at a New York club. Mr. Musk, a longtime friend of Mr. Brin's, attended. In December 2021, Ms. Shanahan saw Mr. Musk again at a private party in Miami that his brother Kimball Musk was hosting in connection with the Art Basel Festival. At that party, Elon Musk and Ms. Shanahan took ketamine, a popular party drug that is legal with a prescription, and disappeared together for several hours, according to 4 people briefed on the event and documents related to it. Ms. Shanahan later told Mr. Brin that she had had sex with Mr. Musk, 3 of the people said. She also relayed the details to friends, families, and advisors. She was telling everyone, you're never going to guess who I cheated on my husband with.
I did a thing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Fucking Elon Musk, like, do you think he says wubba lubba dug dug right before he busts?
I'm Pickle Rick!
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, wow, what a girl boss. She also, like, when she got together with Sergey Brin, like, literally, like, right after getting married to her first husband.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is a pattern for her.
I feel bad for the kid.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all of these people's kids.
Yeah, like, if this was, like, this is the interesting thing about rich people, because, like, any normal person, like, going out and doing drugs while you have a kid at home, that is, like, is correctly perceived
a young child who
as, like, you're being a bad parent.
Yes.
But when you're a billionaire, I guess they'll let you do it.
Yeah, it's strange.
Anyways, apparently she's a real big anti-vaxxer and was just donating tons and tons of her divorce money to RFK Jr.'s campaign. So he decided, best way to keep the gravy train moving was just bring her on as his running mate.
Yeah, I guess.
Which, like, it's a move that is simultaneously brilliant and also just, like, so fucking stupid. But yeah, keep the money coming. You know, give her a reason to keep donating.
I guess.
But enough.
And he's got his own history of fucking adultery.
Yeah. There are 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
2 people that love cheating on their spouses.
Yep.
I'm sure Cheryl is just stoked about them spending all this time together now.
Well, she can rest easy knowing that there's 0% chance that he will ever win the election.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, enough about Nicole Shanahan. Elon's got a lot of friends, with benefits and otherwise. And this week, the Wall Street Journal revealed something that's really not at all surprising at this point. Elon and Donald Trump are so close that they talk on the phone multiple times a month, and they're like twirling the cord.
I was just gonna say, like, they talk on corded phones so they can twirl it. No, you hang up.
Hey, what are you doing?
No, you hang up. You hang up. And then he goes, Kimball, get off the phone. Get off the phone, I'm with Donald. Kimball, stop.
Yeah, it's adorable.
It is pretty. Melania, hang up the phone.
Elon's coming.
Baron, stop trying to log on to AOL.
Stop eavesdropping. It's a private conversation.
So here's from their reporting. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have discussed a possible advisory role for the Tesla leader should the presumptive Republican nominee reclaim the White House. Oh, no. The latest sign that the once frosty relationship between the 2 men has thawed. The role hasn't been fully hammered out and might not happen, people familiar with the talk said, but the 2 men discussed ways to give Musk formal input and influence over policies related to border security and the economy, both issues on which Musk has grown more vocal. Musk, along with the billionaire investor Nelson Peltz, has also briefed Trump on a plan that they've developed to invest in a data-driven project to prevent voter fraud, according to some other of the people. Peltz and Musk also told Trump of an influence campaign in elite circles that is already underway, in which Musk and his political allies host gatherings of powerful business leaders across the country to try to convince them not to support President Biden's re-election campaign. This is insane.
Oh, this is bad.
First of all, just based on Trump's track record, he's absolutely using Elon and he won't get this position. But there is a chance because there's so few people left that would just willingly throw themselves over to Trump, knowing that it could end badly, that this might actually happen. And look, Joe Biden is winning no favors. He is a very bad person who is willingly letting a genocide happen. But Jesus Christ, the other option is insane.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about Biden, but if you're Elon Musk, like, this man just signed like some of the harshest tariffs in a generation to specifically protect your shitty fucking car company.
Which is also ironic because Trump did the same thing.
Yeah. Anyway, it continues. As recently as 2 years ago, Trump and Musk were publicly trading insults. But in recent months, the two men are developing a friendly rapport and talk on the phone several times a month as the election nears, the people familiar with their talk said. The pair have held discussions on immigration, technology, and science, including the US Space Force. Their views and interests have grown more aligned, the people said, with Musk calling Trump directly on his cell phone.
Ooh.
Trump has told Musk, one of the world's wealthiest people, he wants to find a way to get him more involved if he wins in November. Musk, who has a long history of flouting convention in the business world, has signaled he isn't interested in simply writing a check to a super PAC, which can accept unlimited amounts of money from donors and is a popular way for the billionaire class to support candidates. Instead, he has elected to use his clout in elite business and technology circles to help defeat Biden by galvanizing the support of influential allies. I wonder if that's the reason when Kid Rock called Trump and he didn't answer. He was probably on the phone with Elon.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, call waiting. Oh, no.
Oh, it's Kid Rock.
That's Bob.
He's drunk dialing again. So this, of course, it's all pretty surprising. If you recall previous statements Donald Trump has made about Elon Musk, like this one back in 2022, when Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it. But then
rockets to nowhere.
Then again, neither of these guys, they're very principled. It's all about power. So
yeah.
If Trump wins in November, I guess you can look forward to Elon Musk having an active role in how this country is governed. And not just Musk. I'm sure that the very influential and important and rich business leaders he's talking to also want a cut of that pie.
God. We live in hell.
Yeah. Also, like, it almost is a threat that he's like, and I'm not going to write a check to a super PAC. So this is your chance to get me on to do stuff.
Yeah. Man. What a terrible, seems like the easiest thing to be like, hey, you see that? Can you see that into that future?
Yeah.
Looks pretty bad, right? But me, Joe Biden, I'm going to offer you a better alternative. I'm not just going to say, hey, I'm not that. So therefore, I guess vote for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something actively to try and improve the lives of people. It's very frustrating. Yeah. Every election is worse than the last one. How does this keep fucking happening?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, let's move on to our weekly roundup of Cybertruck disappointment. And we previously read from a local news article from the state of Maine about the hostility that one of the state's two Cybertruck owners has been enduring from the general public. A lot of thumbs down, middle finger. But we appear to now have some information about Maine's other Cybertruck owner, who clearly feels that the public wouldn't be so mean to the Cybertruck if it just got to know it. So check out this flyer that was spotted in South Portland, Maine. Come check out the Cybertruck. Get a close-up look and learn what it's all about. Bring the whole family with you. Curious? Is it a car or a truck? Why does it look like that? What's it made of? What can it do? Who makes it? Get pictures and videos. See inside and out. Now, the meetup seems to have already taken place this past Monday, assuming that the weather was nice.
Yeah.
We can't find any documentation of how it went down. Hopefully, if anyone did attend, they were not seriously injured.
God, it cut my entire leg open.
Because, this week we also learned of a new, exciting way that the Cybertruck can kill you.
So this story comes to us once again from the beautiful forums over at cybertruckownersclub.com, where a post about finally receiving delivery starts off with the usual complaints and cope, and eventually turns into a potentially life or death situation. Picked it up today. Woohoo! Sloppy condition at delivery. Ugh. Windshield inside is disastrously dirty. There's a smeary film over most of it when the sun hits it directly. I cannot see anything. Super dangerous. Body panels have some sort of splattery overspray on them that doesn't wipe off. It just smears around. Hood is covered in the rail dust rust spots. I'll barkeeper's friend the entire truck, so whatever. A rubber seal along tonneau is flipping loose. Service department closed, so couldn't fix on the spot. Wife heard a loud noise while driving a main road, 60 miles an hour, so we pulled over to check. The large upper panel on the driver's side in the bed flew off and thankfully remained in the bed. Otherwise, it's great. Heck, it's great even with these issues. The tires and wheels look great in person. Now for the ugly.
I love when everything is so bad that you're like, oh, but those tires and wheels.
They look so cool.
So, yeah, really, the real highlight of this car is those tires and wheels.
Yeah.
But yeah, now for the ugly. Two of the delivery/advisor employees were with my wife and me as we walked around the truck inspecting it. I noticed a little pit/divot or something on the tailgate. I licked my left thumb and tried to rub the spot to see if it was actually a divot or just some stray adhesive or something. Ouch! Crap! I jerked my arm back and the employees chuckled jokingly, saying, "This thing can be dangerous."
Oh, God.
I, too, thought it was a little slice like a paper cut until the blood started pouring. A lot of blood. The two employees scrambled and took off to find something to help stop the bleeding. The puddle of blood was more than twice that size by the time I was able to get it bandaged. After wrapping it up tightly, wiping off, and washing up, I was able to complete delivery. A few hours passed without bleeding through the bandage, so I figured the gash closed up and it would be fine. I unwrapped my wrist and boom, spurts of blood all over the kitchen island, which leaves me here at the ER.
Where I'm posting. This thing's got barnacles on it. It's got factory-made barnacles that will cut you deeply.
It's like shark skin. You gotta only one direction. The other direction, you fuck up.
And yeah, this is the second time we've seen a Cybertruck injury on this form that's so bad we can't even show it to you uncensored. But basically, the truck sliced a deep half-inch gash into the guy's wrist that looks like it could have been potentially even worse if it were less than an inch to the right. Seems bad that you could get that kind of injury just by touching this damn thing, but there's probably something in the manual about never touching the car without knife-proof protective gear.
Yeah, what were you thinking? Touching that with your bare hands?
You need to dress up like you're going swimming with great white sharks.
Yeah.
You need chainmail to touch this car. In a similar vein, the Cybertruck's warranty apparently gets voided if you ever drive it off-road or even over curbs or potholes, which is hilarious considering how many Cybertruck owners have very publicly documented themselves doing exactly that. And recently, that's included someone who was filmed trying and repeatedly failing to cross a shallow river in their Cybertruck. This video is so good.
Yeah.
You can just see the multiple points of failure.
This is gonna be so sick. Make sure the camera's rolling.
It is Memorial Weekend. We're gonna go take the Cybertruck down to the river.
I'm gonna go ford a river like the fucking Oregon Trail.
And it's not even like a big river. It's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, 1.5 feet deep.
Yes. So at least all the water didn't short out the car, leaving the occupants trapped inside. But still, I mean, that warranty has been voided.
Very much.
So the same is probably true for the genius who decided to do donuts in his Cybertruck for a big crowd of people and immediately ran over a bunch of them. So great job.
Don't tell Elon.
The driver assist was engaged. I was losing control during the donuts, so I turned on the self-driving mode and it attacked all the pedestrians.
I was doing the donuts and it was going great, but then full self-driving saw some children and said,
well, gotta take care of those.
Gotta do something about
I've been summoned.
Those living children over there. Anyway, as we previously discussed, the Cybertruck hasn't been great for Tesla's brand reputation, but it's also just one of several factors, the main ones being Elon Musk's own reputation and public fears over self-driving. Justified fears. And this week, we have yet another poll showing just how far Tesla's reputation has fallen in just a few short years. Here's Axios. Tesla Motors' brand reputation continues to slip over the last year as the antics of polarizing CEO Elon Musk and other issues tarnished its once impeccable image, according to new Axios Harris Poll 100 survey results. Why it matters. Tesla soared to 8th place in 2021's rankings of America's 100 most visible companies by their perceived image, but has since plummeted to 63rd, suggesting Musk and his company flew too high and too fast, like Icarus of Greek myth.
Now these wings are ready. They're all good. Let's go.
Yeah. Obviously Icarus, you don't fly that close to the sun. It's not in the warranty, idiot. It's your fault.
Fly at a very specific level, at a very specific speed. And you're not supposed to touch the wings. And also, don't get them wet.
You know, in like probably 2 years, everyone's going to have
wings.
Icarus wings, probably flying to the sun.
So that's it. There you go. There's your Elon. Finally, after 1 week.
There's your news.
Yeah. If you want to watch our most recent episode, the billionaires are at it again. They're getting on submarines. They're going down to the Titanic, and they're ready for you to laugh at them.
Hey, I'd rather them go down to the Titanic than do whatever Elon's doing.
Sure. Yeah, that's true. Anyways, like the video, please. Comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, click the join button, click the thank button. Do whatever you want to help with engagement and support the channel. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. But first, watch these videos over here. We got the submarines. We got Rudy pissing. We got all the stuff for you to watch.
Pissing Rudy.
Check those out, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.